What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Monday with Bray. Today we are talking about 3 guitar pedals that should have been bass pedals. What's that? Boom! Okay, so not really. Pedals are pedals, right? Guitar pedals, bass pedals. I think you can use guitar pedals on bass, and it'd be completely fine. In fact, I've used guitar pedals on bass for years now, and some of the best pedals I've used have been designed for guitar, but I've used them on bass. So today I thought we would take a look at some of my favorite guitar pedals that you can use on bass, but I'm calling this video guitar pedals that should have been bass pedals. So, like I've said in the past, I love the JHS Morning Glory on bass. It is a super good pedal, and I've talked about that enough. I figured I would leave this off the list, so that's an honorable mention. But the JHS Morning Glory, awesome on bass. Another one that I have recently fell in love with is the Royal Jelly by B-Tronics. This is awesome for guitar, but just being a bass player first, I absolutely love this on bass. I love this on bass more than guitar, but super cool pedal. Check that out. That's also an honorable mention. I'd like to also mention I will be using my Glory Guitars Cornerstone bass on all of these tracks, and I'm also running into through these 3 pedals into the HX Stomp, where I have a couple effects and my amp presets all dialed up. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the desk and see what we got on here and what kind of trouble we can get into. All right, guys, what is up? We are down on the desk. These are the 3 pedals that I think should be bass pedals. We're gonna go ahead and take a look and a listen at each. I'll give you some information about them, and then we'll get out of here. So, like I said before, I'm running everything through my Glory Guitars Cornerstone bass. Then we have the Land Devices HP2. This is a April Fool's edition. They don't always look like this. They have some different finish options, but this is the one I have. Then we have the Lantern Manufacturing Sycamore. And then we have, to finish everything off, we have the JHS Moonshine. So let's go ahead and go through these right now. First up, we have the HP2. All this information can be found on their website, and everything will be linked below for all these pedals. And these descriptions are taken directly from there. So the HP2 is a distortion device based on the harmonic percolator, a genuinely unusual design that is instantly recognizable, known as a sonic doomsday device, but can easily be dialed down to add just a touch of harmonic richness. So I use this as a fuzz on guitar, and that's kind of the same realm we're going to use for bass. So we can see the controls here. We have the almost always better, almost always worse switch. This switches some internal things. And then we have the volume and then the distortion knob. So here is our clean tone. So that is the P pickup of the Cornerstone bass. Let's switch to both pickups. When I add dirt to the bass, I like to use that Thunderblade pickup in the bridge. I think it adds a touch of bass, so it'll bring that back if it is lost through this pedal. But that is our clean tone. Here is the Land Devices HP2. So you may be asking, why the heck would I want that sound on bass? Well, if you're in a heavier band that plays heavier music, that can really dirty up your bass signal really easily, and it sounds awesome. And if you're not in a heavier band, that can be used in different instances. I have found I've actually used this pedal in the praise and worship scene. I have on my HX Stomp a octave setting, and then I will throw the chorus on, and you can get kind of a synthy sound. So if I go ahead and throw those on with this pedal, we can get a synth style sound. So that is just a couple ways that you can use that fuzz. Next up, we have the Lantern Manufacturing Sycamore. At its core, the Sycamore is a hard clipping op amp driven circuit with a unique active EQ design. So basically, this is a rat flavored pedal. Rat on bass sounds super good. You can use it in the low gain setting to just give you subtle drive, or crank that up to get a more saturated bass tone. But what is super good about this pedal and guitar pedals in general that have this feature, it really helps out on the bass, is we have an active EQ right here. This section we can dial in our mids, treble, and bass. So if we want to keep that pretty flat, if we keep everything pretty flat and then we notice we lose some bass, once we turn this on, we can just dial that bass up just a tad, and we will bring that back in. So right now I have this on the lower gain type setting. This is still a distortion, so let's go ahead and give that a listen. Also using my signature honey pick. This is the Hornet shape with our custom logo on there. Check them out, also linked in the description. So I am using a pick for that tone. Here is our clean. So I have that distortion set pretty low, and it's still driving that super hard. So there is a ton of distortion on tap. We can even get probably into the fuzzy territory. So if I crank that up to about noon even, here's what that sounds like. So same case with that pedal. You can use the lower gain settings as just a subtle drive for your bass, or you can go full into ultimate distortion mode. And then the last pedal on the board today is kind of cheating. I'll go ahead and read you what JHS says about the Moonshine, and then I'll give you some backstory. Are you looking for an overdrive that is not transparent and adds its own character and attitude? The Moonshine V2 is for you. Our Moonshine Overdrive is a highly unique and massively tweaked version of the most famous overdrive ever created. So this is usually in a green case. It's a tube screamer. A little JHS history. JHS came out with a bass pedal way back in the day, and it was called the Low Drive. According to Josh, no one wanted the pedal. It was marketed as a bass pedal, and nobody wanted it. So he made one tweak and the Moonshine was born. Now this is the Moonshine V2. So I don't know all of the tweaks that have been done from the V1 to the V2. I've never played a V1. So if you want probably something a little more similar to the low drive, I would go V1. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure. But the thing I do love about the Moonshine is that there is this knob right here. This is a clean blend knob. So that blends your clean back into the signal. So we can turn this all the way down. That is full Moonshine. But a good thing about using this on bass is you have that clean blend. So you can blend that clean bass signal back into the pedal. And that will not kill your low end. So that is something very cool about this pedal. This is probably the least gainy pedal that we've featured today, but it still sounds real nice. So let's go ahead and get into that. Let's just go over a clean tone one more time. Here is the JHS Moonshine. Go ahead and add the pick. Now we do have more gain on tap, of course, but I like to set that a little lower. Here's more gain. And here is just an example of that clean blend. If we turn that all the way down. So that has been the JHS Moonshine. All right, so let's wrap this up. All right, guys, so let me know what you think. Do these guitar pedals sound good on bass? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know also, do you have pedals for your bass rig? And if you do you have any guitar pedals on your board? I'd love to know. So just leave me a comment. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We are approaching 200 subscribers. So that's just insane. You guys are awesome. I never imagined getting 200 subscribers, so that's super cool. We also have an Instagram account where we post updates and a bunch of fun stuff over there. That is linked in the description, so go check that out. And we also have merch available through a Bonfire store. That is also linked in the description. Go check that stuff out. Support the channel, and I just love you guys. All right, so I have been Braden. These have been 3 guitar pedals that should have been bass pedals, and this has been Monday with Bray. Peace. I just can't talk. I just don't know how to talk. I don't remember how to talk. Anyway.